Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Does It Toggle? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you've decided to drop by our stream today. I actually just came from home into the office because I wanted my awesome setup because we're going to be doing OpenFeature things today. And so I need to get all of this in the right area on stream so we can have like our multiple layers of OpenFeature and DEVCYCLE. There we go. I love that. All right, there we go. We're getting there. Welcome, everybody. I'm super excited to have you all here. And it's going to be a pretty exciting stream for multiple reasons, but mostly because I love this episode is going to feature a lot of PHP. I'm a big PHP fan. You might even call me a PHP stan. So much so that I spent a lot of time over the weekend building out some example apps over on the DEVCYCLE site. And today we are going to be exploring some of those sample apps that I created, looking at how we integrated DEVCYCLE and actually trying to integrate the DEVCYCLE OpenFeature provider, which is still in development right now. So this may not go incredibly well for us, but we're going to give it a try. And I'm excited that you're here to kind of join me on this journey. Now, I've got a bunch of screens that I got to move around because y'all are in a bunch of different places. And I'm also going to hook up my other microphone because having watched some of the previous streams, I noticed that the Logitech stream cam that I use is not always the best. So I'm going to switch things up. And if you're on stream, let me know how the audio is, because that's always such a big, important thing. Let me switch up my microphone here. All right, there we go. We should be good. Get a little bit there. We should get some echo cancellation, reduce some background noise. Should be good here now. I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit too. Let me just move it that way. There we go. A little bit more centered now. So yeah, welcome again as I kind of get set up live on stream. And welcome to Does It Toggle? If you've never been here before, this is one of DEVCYCLE's live coding stream, but this is specifically the stream where I live code. And a lot of the time you're learning live with me on stream. Today, it's gonna be a little bit live on stream. I've been playing around with this a little bit, but I still think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And so that's really all we do here. We learn and we play and we explore different technologies, and you get to kind of see what the process of developing with OpenFeature and DEVCYCLE and all these different things is all about. So let me pull my Slack over there because I don't want that to show up. And let me pull one of my screens over here. There we go. And then let me present my screen, share screen, and let's share this guy over here. So, and let's move me maybe down to that corner. Yeah, like that. I actually like myself better in the other corner. I wonder if I'm actually able to create a new layout, add item, camera slot. Well, I can. All right. And I don't know if you're seeing this live on stream. I don't think so. Oh, maybe you are. Let's bring that to the front. Oh, I really like this. I like these kind of live edit things right here on stream. All right, do that. And let's bring myself down there. Fit, fill, fit, save, custom layout one. So I don't think you were seeing that, but you might be seeing this. There we go. I'm in a different corner now. We're going to switch up the corners for a change. But yeah, here we are. We're not going to Google though. We're actually heading over to the OpenFeature website because I feel like you all know what PHP is. It's a programming language, server-side programming language, very popular in the development circles for web development. Also infamous. Had a kind of an interesting history. It wasn't definitely the PHP that it is now in sort of PHP 8.3 when it was first built. And so lots of thoughts around it, but it's kind of where I cut my teeth in programming. And so I am a really, really big fan. And yeah, so we're going to be looking at PHP as the programming language today. And then on the other side, we're going to be looking at OpenFeature. And so OpenFeature is an open standard for feature flagging. It basically aims to standardize the feature flagging process when you are starting to implement feature flags into a project at scale. So if you're using feature flags or want to use feature flags, OpenFeature is really the best way that you can possibly do that. So as we're going through this, this is meant to be kind of a two-way conversation. Please reach out, ask questions, share your thoughts. Also super appreciate Jamie kind of throwing out there how I can get the dev branch that I'm going to need today. But yeah, I want to have a conversation with you. So I hope everybody here is doing well. And then we're just going to kind of have some fun. So speaking of which, one of the reasons why this PHP focus is happening, obviously I like PHP and I've done a bunch of the sample example apps that are out there. I created over the weekend and a little bit this week, thanks to the team for that. But when I did a talk for the first OpenFeature user group, which was like a primer to feature flagging, and they actually have on the website, if you go to tutorials, they actually have a tutorial that outlines how to get started using Laravel, which is like a really popular, probably the most popular PHP framework that's out there, using the OpenFeature PHP SDK. And so we are going to kind of take advantage of this and the example apps that I built to have some fun with getting this off the ground. And I love this because hopefully I won't have to use Docker today, which is definitely the thing that I am hoping to not have to use. All right, so let's take a look at where I want to actually get started, which is in the DEVCYCLE platform. So we are going to be looking at OpenFeature today, but we're going to start in it's hot. All right, and I think I'm logged in. Yes, my DEVCYCLE account. Oh, I'm not getting my prompt to return to. Maybe I need to sign out and sign in again. Good. I should be getting my prompt to go through the onboarding process again. We'll see if it comes up here. If not, I have my second account, so I'm going to log in there. So I'll pull that off this screen for right now because y'all don't need to see me log in and what my email credentials are. But let's go at DEVCYCLE.com. Continue, and let's grab our one password here and see if I have that. Plus testing. Okay, I think. Let's see if this works. Oh, testing. Plus testing. Continue. Okay, wrong password. So we're just going to reset this password. Resend email. All right, let's go to Gmail. All right, let's reset this password. And I apologize that you're not seeing this live on camera, but if you've reset a password before, you'll know exactly what this looks like. We're almost there. Enjoy the beautiful scenery that is there. Oh, I guess I had two. Oh, I see. Never mind. We're going to edit that at DEVCYCLE.com. Yes. And that password. Okay, we're logged in. Am I seeing my... Okay, perfect. All right, here we go. So here we are in the DEVCYCLE platform. If you are a new user that's on the platform right now, I'm actually going to turn on my fan because it's quite hot and I'm in a sweater. And hopefully it doesn't cause too much background noise. Let me know if it does, folks that are watching this live on stream. I might actually listen to see. All right, so let's go and check this out right now. Let's go to YouTube and see if my fan that I just turned on is causing any issues. Bum, bum, bum. While you are here, please throw in chat if you're watching, because I'd like to say hello. All right, let's go over to DEVCYCLE, where we're streaming right now. And we're live. Oh, that's the wrong one. This is the wrong one. Well, it doesn't seem too bad. See me watching for a second. We're going to say that's good. All right, so here we are. And make sure I've got all the right things on here. Is that right? Layouts, camera, yes. Five-line microphone. Okay, we're all good. I think we're there. Okay, so here's our onboarding. And so the onboarding is very cool because there's two ways you can do this. You can sort of explore on your own, which we're not going to click. We're going to click on this start with an example app. And there's a bunch of different things here. And it's recommending PHP to me because I selected PHP when I set this up. But there are so many example apps that exist out there. We have got example apps in Vue and Next and Node.js and Go and all these other languages. We also, I think, have like have a way for you to do this like live in your browser. I don't know if that's still working. Maybe it is. Is it? No, OpenFeature, React. It may not be live right now. It's like a no code example. I don't know where it is. We aren't going to worry about it today. We're going to focus on the PHP stuff. And let's like start with the base PHP like example that's here before we start getting into frameworks, because I feel like this is one of the things. And I also will say out there to you on the internet that are watching this, I realize that as web developers, like you are a web developer and use whatever technologies you want. And I fully recognize that. I'm able to navigate my way around JavaScript and Python and a bunch of these other kind of frameworks and languages. I just like PHP. It works for me. And so we'll see what happens. Yeah, we got examples that are going to need to be updated. It's all good. But yeah, let's go to the PHP. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, it's going to be a short stream today. But here we go. So all you got to do is start the example app and just ignore this like server key. We don't commit this or don't like commit it to memory. It'll change anyways. And basically this is running against this bash file that is running a command to create based on some example repositories that we've created. And here it's going to create it in a folder called DEVCYCLE PHP example. And it's going to use the PHP sort of, it's going to use that when it's choosing which of the example apps to use. And then it's going to assign the server key into the env file, like env file, environment file, in order to sort of get this working without having to do a lot of work. So let's click on this and copy this code. So not that yet. We're going to copy the whole code snippet. And then I'm actually going to go over and I just open this up in, I might just open up a VS Code terminal because then I can do it all from one spot. And I think I will make this a little bit smaller. I should have set it up different, but here we are. Okay, here we go. So there's our command. Here's our VS Code terminal, almost terminal, new terminal. Let's go. All right, and CD, let's see, where are we right now? Okay, let's go. Yeah, actually, we run this command here. It's actually just going to create the folder. Anyways, you'll see here, as long as I don't have that folder already created. So let's go ls again. ls. ls. Yeah, what do I got there? Cloud files. Don't know what that is. Interesting. Desktop. Pivoting. Downloads. Onboarding example. Website onboarding example. I feel as though this should be fine, but I'm going to go and delete that onboarding example folder just in case, because I really don't want things to go awry. So we're going to delete that. Oh, delete, move to trash. Okay, OpenFeature intro. No, I don't need that anymore. I think that was for my stream that I did. Okay, I think this should be good. Let's ls that again. Great. All right, so let's run this bash command. Press enter. All right, so here we go. We're downloading this PHP file. We're installing the dependencies using Composer, really smooth. And then we get an error here. And I'm not sure why. Let's see what's going on here. Getting an error. That's okay. We're going to see why that error is happening in just a minute. Let's go Control C. See if we can run this again. And let's go ls. All right, let's go cd DEVCYCLE PHP example. All right, ls. And then I think we got a cd into public. ls. Oh, cd into public. Let me zoom in here again so you can see this cd into public. And then let's go, I think there's a server command that I'm just going to grab over from github.com/DEVCYCLE HQ Labs. It's great because you can actually see all of this stuff as well if you go over to the DEVCYCLE Labs repo. And let me grab from that great DEVCYCLE app, what is the command that we're running here? And so just let me pull this over here because this is actually kind of interesting. So here it is. This is all public, like you can see all this stuff. And so if we go into our PHP regular app, PHP example PHP Slim. Okay, original example PHP, and then the command that's actually running is this cd public PHP host localhost 8080. So let's just run this because we're already in this folder. Paste that, and let's see if this runs this time. Okay, here we go. So for some reason we were getting the error there. And here's kind of our base variation that we see. Now, if I show you this, so this is running, this is exactly what should be happening. And if you see this over back on your application, you will normally be seeing, let me zoom out here again. Oh, I zoomed out of the wrong place. Let me zoom out here. If it works, once it's set up and it sort of is working, you are going to see this start demo button here, and this will walk you through the getting started with DEVCYCLE kind of demo process. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, in DEVCYCLE, we refer to feature flags as variables. We combine multiple variables within a feature where they can be configured with variations. Awesome. Scroll down here, feature targeting. Targeting rules allow you to find a set of users that receive a specific variation. Awesome. So right now, all users are receiving the base variation, which we can see kind of reflected here. Next, and then try updating the example app by toggling the variation that is being served from the base variation to spin variation. All right, let's change this from base to spin. And we can relaunch the demo. Oh, I didn't actually want to relaunch the demo. Oh no! But I think it does update either way. No. All right, let's go back in here. I want to start an example app, PHP, awesome, start demo. So we went through that process. Awesome, let's spin variation, give it a minute to update, next. Awesome, so if we update this here, awesome, there we go. So now we're seeing our spin variation in the PHP app. So this is exactly what we should be seeing. So when we change in real time, even without saving, it's auto saving here for you. Change to base again, and if I refresh over here in my app, I realized that I am doing this the wrong way. Last time I did this stream, I actually needed to have because I keep turning my face away from the mic, so I need to move everything into different spots. So let's cancel that, close that. We're gonna move everything around. I'm gonna leave y'all over there. I'm gonna move this stuff into my central monitor, so I'm talking to you. We'll move all that, we'll move this. Is this what we want? Yeah, I think we're gonna move this too. And now we're going to change. Oh, I'm going to close this. We're going to change our stop screen share, and we're going to share another screen, share a central screen this time, window, entire screen. All right, we got all this stuff here. There we go. Now we're looking at the right screen. And I think I might move you over there so I can watch along. Make sure it's working. Okay, perfect. So this is working, app is running. We're seeing lots of things here, the right things we want to see. If we refresh this, we are going to get the right app there. So that's what we want to see there as well. We have this base piece here. I have a secondary window open as well. There's lots of stuff going on here right now. I got a screen there. I got a screen there. We can close that. We don't need to worry about that example app for right now. We got that. Here we go. So here's an example. We can actually maybe pull this over to left side and then pull this one up on right side. There we go. All right, and then let's zoom out over here. All of the explorations today. All right, perfect. So we changed the base variation, we changed the spin. So I changed the spin again. I'm gonna refresh here. Awesome, he's spinning to base. So we add another variation. Let's bring this over so I can read this. Add another variation with your own name and a unique combo of toggle wink and toggle bot speed. All right, let's add a variation. We're gonna call this, example, great, fast. What about off axis? Yeah, example text. Step 3, that's great. And then toggle bot wink, true. All right, let's see what happened now. Oh, I see the off-kilter thing. Yeah, I get that. All right, what if we change this to surprise? What's surprise? Do I need to click next? Oh, that's right, because I just defined it there. Nothing was actually happening. I was like, okay, let's change that back to off-axis and true. And change this to our example variation. And now it should update in real time. Hey, there we go. Ooh, I like that. Man, CSS is getting very cool. There we go. So this is the basics. You define the variation. You have your variable type. So like speed, text, wink. You have your different variations, and then you have your targeting rules. That's kind of the core piece of like any good feature flagging platform. And that's really kind of where things end off for like the DEVCYCLE specific stuff. But let's go back to relaunch demo, because we did the regular PHP. Now let's look at sort of, let's actually go look in the code. Maybe that's what we should do before we kind of do anything else. So let's pull this down. Get rid of that for a second. Now let's go look at what's actually happening in our code. So let's go file, open folder. I'm going to grab my DEVCYCLE PHP example and we can look and see what's happening here. Although technically our PHP site is running in another window, I think. Yes, I trust authors. I do actually want to close. I've got a lot of VS Code windows open. Quit. Just quit altogether. Quit all of them. Great, open this up again. Should be opened in the right space. And that'll have turned off anything else. Where are y'all? Y'all have disappeared. I actually want you on the other side. I'd like you over here. Also, by the way, thank you very much for all these chat comments, Jamie. I am seeing them. So Jamie is one of our awesome engineers. If you are kind of catching this stream elsewhere and you're kind of seeing the chat and Jamie's in there, just kind of dropping things for me that I'm going to need kind of as we jump into actually using the DEVCYCLE SDK in a bigger way. But it's working right now, and that's all we really care about. All right, so base PHP, a couple things. Our README file, which basically says if you wanted to pull this out on your own, you could actually just use the example in like a regular way. Our license there, composer.bar. So this is basically so that you don't have to have Composer installed on your device, because if you already have Composer installed, like this is not a necessary evil, but it's just like these are example apps and we're not requiring that for everybody. So we commit it right to the repo. And then our composer.json file. So like this is super small. So like this is PHP 7.3. This is the PHP server SDK. And then this is the php.m file so that we can read from this .m file. And here you go. You can see like that server key there. And then we've got our vendor folder. This is just all the vendor folder is just sort of whole. It's like your node modules folder for NPM. So that's what that looks like. And then if we go into our actual file, so here we have what's actually going on. So let's first look at the DEVCYCLE. So here in this DEVCYCLE.php file, we are basically establishing our connection to the DEVCYCLE platform. So we're using that server SDK, creating this this connection, this config to DEVCYCLE. We're then using that to establish a connection with DEVCYCLE using Guzzle. And then we're returning this sort of DEVCYCLE client global throughout this basic PHP app. And then once we're in there, we sort of are using that DEVCYCLE client global. I gotta drop this fan again. It really is quite warm in this room. And then we've got our user data. So this is where we're feeding in the kind of base things that DEVCYCLE needs in order to operate. So the information about the user, and this could be anonymous as well, but this is just easier. And then in our application, we kind of have the DEVCYCLE PHP example, stuff that we saw. And then we've got the Togglebot that we saw there is being included in this Togglebot file. And then the description is being included in the description file. So Togglebot is, again, sort of using that DEVCYCLE client global to pull all the features for a specific user. It's then from that features grabbing, so this kind of ternary logic here is if it has a hello Togglebot feature, grab the hello Togglebot variation name, otherwise set it as default. The speed here, we're grabbing the based on the user data that we're feeding in and the variable Togglebot speed. We're pulling the speed from the platform, otherwise the speed is off. And then wink is sort of doing the same thing. So it's looking into the system for the Togglebot wink variable. And then if it finds it for this user, then it's going to return whatever the value is. Otherwise, it's going to return false. And then we've got a little, switch case. This is like an if-else statement, just a little bit cleaner. That's pulling the change in message based on the speed, whatever the speed is. So if the speed is slow, it's going to turn this message. If it's fast, it'll turn this. And then the Togglebot source. So if it's a wink, it's going to return this images Togglebot wink. Otherwise, it's just going to return the regular Togglebot. Little if-else statement. If it's surprised, it's going to return the unicorn, which we didn't actually look at, but we'll look at it in some other examples. And then it's sort of feeding that into the template here. And then it's a similar thing for the description. Same idea here. So we're pulling in the example text, whatever it's meant to be at, whatever step. And then based on the step that's there, we're feeding in a different header and body. So that's kind of how this example app works in PHP is we're kind of defining. So the important thing is making the connection to the DEVCYCLE platform, sort of here in this like devcycle.php file. And then in here, we're grabbing all the features for this DEVCYCLE client. We're then going to grab variation names. And you can see we're using the variation name down here. And then you can see how we're pulling the variation names with this sort of basic ternary logic. And then the speed is grabbing just from the Togglebot speed, and the wink is grabbing from the Togglebot wink. So it's super straightforward, and I think shouldn't be too hard to understand. And this is the same way that all of the different applications are set up. It's just in their separate languages. So all of these examples that you're going to see here all actually look fundamentally exactly the same, even though the logic is kind of changed for the framework and where it exists. Awesome. Okay, well, I like this. This is good, fairly easy to understand. So we're going to need to establish a connection with DEVCYCLE. And this is, again, just for the DEVCYCLE example. I know we haven't gotten into OpenFeature yet. We will get there. So we're going to do that. We're going to then need to, once we've established that connection, we're then going to need to, using that client, grab the all features from that user. And then using that features variable, we're going to grab if the hello Togglebot feature exists, then we're going to return the variation name. Otherwise, it's going to return default. So that's where we are. My neck's a little bit sore. I don't know why. But that's okay. That's not what you're here for. You're not here to hear me complain about my neck. You're here to watch some code. So let's have some fun with this. I know what I'm going to do now. So we got this base code. Let's go in and we're going to look at the DEVCYCLE Laravel example, and then we're going to look at the OpenFeature Laravel example, and then we're going to, after we've done both of those things, we are going to try and combine the two of them together, and we're probably going to need a lot of what Jamie has been sharing in chat in order to do that. Okay, so let's look first at getting our Laravel app up and off the ground. So I think I might open another terminal here. And let's cd out of here. Okay, so here we are back in this example section here. Awesome. Okay, and we need to pull up our, I got a lot of folders on my desktop, so let me change my screen setup, my display setup. Displays, system settings, displays, display settings, yes, arrange. Yeah, let's put it over here. There we go. Now we're not getting a lot of this stuff where I don't want it. Oh, okay, here we are on the terminal. Let's head back to the DEVCYCLE PHP example, which I think is here. So here you can see this example that we've got up here. I think if I refresh, this will be closed, yet not running anymore. Getting started. Here we go. Okay. So we can close that. Close that. So again, we're back here in our example apps. And we're going to do Laravel just because it's very popular. It's a bit of a heavier framework for something like this, but I still think it was fun to set up. And it's fairly easy to use. It's the same process, or should be. Yeah, okay, and this should work without me having to change the folder. So let's go back over to Laravel. And let's have that up there. I don't want to see this bar. Go away. Can I get you to go away? Dock settings, minimize using, position on screen, turn hiding on. Haha, success. All right, so let's run the same command that we just copied there. So here, so it's just a curl command into that .sh file. It's going to be the same server SDK that we just used before, and basically the same settings. This is actually setting it all in the DEVCYCLE platform. So let's pull this. So see here, a little bit more going on in this app. Again, we're kind of getting this forbidden, don't have permission to access this resource. I have a suspicion that this is just because I need to, oh no, there we go. So it's just not doing it off that first. Interesting. It's good to know. Yeah, that's interesting. So I can't do localhost, but I can do 127.0.0.1. So that's a good thing to know here. Maybe a specific thing within the DEVCYCLE platform. Or not within the DEVCYCLE platform, but within the PHP language. All right, so let's go here, do the same thing again. Again, it'll give us a start demo. Same process here. We don't really need to keep going through all this stuff, although it'll force us to. And then if we go back over here and refresh, yeah, now we're spinning. And make us out a variation, example, awesome. We're going to change it to example, finish. Hey, awesome. No, I don't want to go to my feature. I want to go back. Don't make me go. Whew, we're back. All right. Yes. Okay, we can go back to the demo now. So yeah, we can say we're here to example. I want to change this to surprise now because I think there was something fun there. But if I reset this, there we go. What the unicorn indeed. I love these little Easter eggs that are hidden in here. All right, so it's working. We're doing it. It's awesome. Everything works as we want. We can change this example to like Andrew's variation as well, and you'll see it changes variation. If it'll capitalize it, probably not. Let's see. Oh, I suppose maybe I'll change it here, and then I'll change it back and see if it happens. Hey, there we go. Nice. Okay, well, it's working. So it's doing what we want it to. This is in Laravel. Let's go look at the code base here, though. So you'll remember this sort of this example here. Let's go and open another. So let's open another folder, just so you can see kind of the difference here between the two of them. Let's go back. Do I trust myself? Trust the authors, yes. Okay. So much heavier here. This is a much heavier sample application. And that's because I actually use the sample application that, like, if you create a base Laravel app, this is all things it's going to give you. We're not using a lot of this. Vite functionality built in, we're not using it. Same README that you were seeing before, some unit test stuff, this package.json file, which is mostly related to Vite. Vite, one of the two, I'm not sure what the language is. Again, a license there, this composer.var file. Do you remember that last composer.json file that had like 3 lines? Definitely more than 3 lines in here. But we've got our DEVCYCLE PHP server SDK in here. We've got Guzzle again, which we don't actually need, but it's just a little bit smoother. Sanctum and Tinker, we're not actually using them here. But this is just like the base skeleton framework for Laravel, and it is just a bit heavier. And again, you can see here, we've got like some app key stuff, a lot of things here around mail. This is a really great MVC framework if you've never used it before. We got our vendor file again. We got a test file to get you kicking off, a storage area for like storing logs and all that stuff. We have our routes file. This is actually where we're doing a lot of our logic in here. So we've got our routes file here. We'll look at this in a minute. We've got our resources and views. And so this is where a lot of the stuff that we were looking at for like that toggle button description blade, and blade is the templating language that Laravel uses. Our public folder, that's where we're storing all these images and our CSS that we're using in here. Database stuff, which we're not using. Config stuff we're not using. Bootstrap we're not using. And then app, we are using this just in the controllers here, I think. Maybe we're not using the controllers. Are we using the controllers? Models, we're not using models. We may not actually be using any of this. Oh yeah, I defined all the logic in the same way here. So, oh, and there you go. Yeah, Guzzle's a dependency of the PHP SDK anyways, and so it would be needed either way. Okay, so let's go back over here. So let's look at this setup the same way that we did in the past example, where we were kind of looking at how this is structured. So in our routes file here, in our web route, so we define sort of the base route here, and then we're doing the same process we did before. So we're configuring the API key authorization here. So we're kind of using that environment file. There's like a quick connect to the env file here that's a little bit less verbose. Then we are making the connection to the DEVCYCLE platform using that config, and then we're defining that user data variable, and then we're feeding both the user data and the DEVCYCLE client just into this welcome blade. And like, there are other ways to set up global variables in Laravel. This is so easy, just considering we're just doing includes elsewhere and we're not using it in a different way. This is easy enough. Yeah, and so that's the way, that's sort of where, so we're doing all the establishment logic in here. So we've been able to kind of remove that DEVCYCLE.php file that we had in the original example and just go to this way. All right, so now let's look at our welcome blade here. So all this stuff is being pulled in. Here we've got our includes, just like a less, again, like a less verbose at include. So I think in the other example, it's just like kind of like more traditional PHP, and because in Blade is just, I don't know, I really, really like Blade. I think people that like HTMX also like Blade, and so I think that speaks volumes to its value. So we're including the toggle button in the description there. And then Togglebot is here exactly the same as before. So we're pulling our features from the DEVCYCLE client for the user. We're looking for the Hello Togglebot feature. If it is there, we're looking for the variation name that is being served from that for the user. If not, it's showing default. And then same thing here for speed and wink. We didn't change anything around the switch case setup. We also left all of this the same. And again, it's just squiggly brackets. The curly brackets are replacing some of the other logic that we saw in the other example. I should keep the other example up, but it's not super important because we're going to kind of diverge from the classic DEVCYCLE things here. But like same concept, same idea here, simple, straightforward, and in the description the same. Nothing has changed. Like everything's the same. I think it's just a little bit cleaner, but I mean, you don't need a framework. It's just nice to have one that you know and you know how to navigate. All right, so let's head back over. So this is this example. Let's go look at the OpenFeature Laravel example, because I think we're gonna need this. And Jamie, if you're on the call right now, can we do it? The DEVCYCLE docs. Are we able to, oh look, I have the DEVCYCLE DevRel team. APIs, management SDKs. It's not in the docs yet. We're gonna do this. We're gonna listen. I'm gonna read through now all of Jamie's comments that are in chat, and we're gonna get there. But we are gonna look at both the OpenFeature docs and ours. We're gonna go server-side SDKs, PHP SDK. It's not reflected in the docs yet. It doesn't really matter because we have OpenFeature outlined elsewhere, and I think it should all work out. We'll find out. There's a PR. It's almost there, everybody. We're like one stream early, but that's fine. Okay, let's go to the tutorials. All right, we don't want this one. We want the PHP SDK. Okay, so here we go. We created this. So here they are. They're just creating a brand new Laravel project. Anyways, here they are returning a JSON response. This is really simple. They're installing the OpenFeature SDK. So we are going to need to do this as well. Let's do that now. Let's install the OpenFeature SDK. I think, because that's what you have to do with all of the other ones as well, is you have to install the OpenFeature SDK, I think. Oh, you look at Node.js. Yeah, so if we look at Node, OpenFeature, yeah, we're installing that. And then we're installing OpenFeature Core and OpenFeature Server SDK. Yeah, so I think we're needing to install 3. We have 1 installed already. So now let's go and add. Oh, look at that. There's PR. Nice. It's like, oh, I'm not going to pull that off. I need to copy that text. Where can I grab that text easier? Oh, I am just going to do this off screen over here. I'm going to go to our, where we use Vercel for a lot of our stuff. The one docture, get FTD, PHP provider. Nice. Oh, look at that. Jamie is getting it live. All right, so let's pull it back over here. Jamie's killing it today. Thanks, Jamie. No, we're good. I got in there. Thank you for that. I think this is the one. Yeah, PHP provider. All right, let's go look at this. SDKs. Server side, PHP. Let's go. We did it. We did it, team. Well, Jamie did it technically because this is PR, but did it right in the nick of time. So let's look at this. All right. OpenFeature Provider is included in the DEVCYCLE SDK for PHP natively. OpenFeature Provider. What? No way. Do I have to update? We're going to see if this works. I feel like, I wonder if it's updated. It must not be updated. He said something about this before. All right. I think it's the main SDK, but not released yet. So you have to do a compose require dev main, unit tests, pass main, PHP server SDK, new overview. Let's go through in the docs I wrote. The examples are going to have to update it. Oops, try variable PHP or plural variables PHP. Yeah, okay, I did each of that. All right, let's grab that. All right, so we're gonna go and we're gonna update our composer right now because this will be necessary. We'll have to do this with all the apps to get OpenFeature working. I freaking love this, by the way. This is like chef's kiss to not have to install 16 different things. So let's open our terminal here. Terminal, new terminal. Bum, bum, bum. All right, let's go composer. Composer. Yes. Require and then we're going to go DEVCYCLE HQ / PHP server SDK. Boom. Dev. Well, I'll need to quote it. I'm learning new things about Composer every day. DEVCYCLE HQ, PHP server SDK / dev main. Awesome. I'm going to see if this works. I have a feeling. Does not contain valid JSON. All right. Because we're using a branch rep, so the number is a bash comment. All right. We're going to do the whole thing that JB put in there. I trust. Not DEVCYCLE HQ, just DEVCYCLE. All right. No, not doing it. I think I need all the quotes. I need all of the quotes. We're going to get there. Composer. We're going to go boom, boom. Composer require DEVCYCLE / PHP server dash SDK # dev dash main duh. Direct copy didn't work. Boom. Nope. Bad things happened. Things did not go the way that I had planned. Okay, that's good. We're gonna get there. Might need to look at the Composer documentation. Does not contain packages. We're just gonna go here. We might need to do. Oh, wait, no, this is right. This is a DEVCYCLE server SDK. Composer, install, OpenFeature support. What? Did we just push this? Oh, I see. I see. All right, dev main. Things are happening here, folks. Things are happening. I love this. This makes me so happy. I love that Jamie and I'm sure some of the other engineers that are out there that are watching this it's part of the journey. It's part of the journey, Jamie. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And I feel like we're gonna get there. All right. Use different Git branch composer. We're gonna go on this journey. It's gonna be fun. Versions and constraints, using specific branch instead of a version with composer. I love this. I love that the internet is there for us. Yeah, I trust that everything you have provided is exactly correct. Repositories. Elastic bundle. Oh, I've had to play around with this kind of stuff before too. Friends of Symphony. Oof. All right, we're gonna do this. All right, we're looking in here. So I need to quote it. Composer require. So here's the command that we're getting here. DEVCYCLE, composer require, DEVCYCLE. All right, let's see if this works. I trust Jamie. I very much trust Jamie. This is definitely me messing this up. So let's go composer require. You're not seeing this if you're on stream. This is really up here for me. DEVCYCLE / it's good Jamie's on because otherwise things would not be going well. Dev main. This is why software development is like a community. You got to have like other people that are there to support. All right, composer require UIRE. We're an hour in and we're just getting this installed. But that's fine. All right. Hey, there we go. Thank you, Jamie. Amazing. We got there. Yeah, so we can look over in here, composer.json, and let's see what this has added. Nothing is probably really going to show up and change that much. All of the actual dependency stuff is going to shift in the composer lock, and I think we'll find the feature stuff in here now. Maybe just Control F, open feature. Yeah, there we go. So now open feature is kind of loaded in here, which is what we need. We're going to pull that composer command down, and so now we can rely on those awesome documents that that Jamie sent over here. So let's look at this because let's go SDKs. PHP, open feature. All right, options, new DEVCYCLE true, DEVCYCLE client, open feature API, get instance. All right, so this should actually be fairly straightforward. Context limitations, only supports flat JSON objects. All right, I don't think we're even dealing with JSON objects in here. It's all right. We're not going to worry about if it's going to break. That's what this stream is all about. If we only get to Laravel today, that's all we get to. OpenFeature provider, include SDK natively. All right, let's pull this in. Let's head over to where are we defining this? Undefined type DEVCYCLE configuration. I think this is what Jamie was meaning when he said that this is going to break things for me. Yep. I love it. I released the apps today, and then I'm going to need to update them, but that's okay. This is like this is a good problem to have. So let's go in here, and we're going to get this stuff set up. Okay. So DEVCYCLE options. We're just going to type this. It'll automatically find them. Should automatically find it. I have to clear cache. Composer, clear cache. PHP composer cache clear. I think there's a clear cache composer. Clearing composer's cache. Pulls up on a window here. Composer. Oh, clear dash cache. I knew it was something like that. Composer, clear dash cache. All right. So we're going to clear a bunch of that stuff. That maybe will help us here. All right. If it doesn't find it, it's fine. We will just DEVCYCLE options. We'll just define it at the top. It's fine. I think we've gotten rid of this. Beautiful. We'll assume that that's going to work. And DEVCYCLE clients, that's fine. DEVCYCLE, yeah, that's right. DEVCYCLE options. Am I spelling that right? DEVCYCLE options. Might need to dig around in here. Okay, why are you showing an error? Undefined type. Nah, it's defined. CY. We got there, everybody. Nearly. This is why people need to watch these streams so that they can see me mistype things. I think it's still not finding it, but it's just an IntelliFence thing. I think it's fine. I think we're going to assume that it is there and then see what happens. Or I can go DEVCYCLE option. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So that actually shows up in, it's not here. It's in DEVCYCLE model options. That's fine. I knew it would find it. Okay. And then same with OpenFeature API. OpenFeature API. Awesome. And then this stuff is all old stuff. So we're going to look at getting this set up here first. So options, DEVCYCLE options. Awesome. DEVCYCLE server SDK key. So that's perfect. Options is doing that. API. OpenFeature client. Fantastic. So that's great. We no longer need this. And I don't think we any longer need this because we're not a DEVCYCLE client, OpenFeature client. I find out that I'm wrong. We'll see. Okay, that's good. New DEVCYCLE user. So I think this should be fine. Context properties to DEVCYCLE user. New attributes. Ooh, there's an example. Getting started. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, let's look at this because this will be really what we need here. Okay, so we're pulling this stuff, establishing the connection. Oh, it's up there. Resolve DEVCYCLE client, all featured user data. Okay, let's see what happens when. Okay, so anyways, so we've got it installed there. That's awesome. Let's go back over here to the OpenFeature. Yeah, so this is it running. Client. So this is the same thing that's going there. Get Boolean value, welcome message false. So this is what they did. They established this. They got the client. If client, run app, hello world. Okay, here we set the provider, API get client, if client. Okay, so now this is basically this logic that is going on here is basically stuff that's being done behind the scenes in DEVCYCLE. So we've established the OpenFeature client. Technically, I think we could actually just like keep calling this DEVCYCLE client if we wanted to, but we've already defined DEVCYCLE client there. So let's not go down that road. Okay, I'm gonna close this for a minute. All right, get client, API get client. I'm gonna go back and forth between these a lot. Get client. Okay, that's awesome. If client, and let's just see what it returns. OpenFeature client. And we'll do a DD here, which is like dump and die, which may not exist elsewhere, but I freaking love it in here. And as long as this is running, it's not right now, I don't think. Oh, jeez, I'm in the wrong spot. Okay, save that. OpenFeature client. Why are you returning that? No. And maybe he's gonna get mad because it's, oh no, there we go. Okay, so let's run this now. My goodness gracious, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Okay, let's go down here, and then we're gonna go PHP artisan serve. This is gonna open here. Awesome. So here's our dump and die. So OpenFeature, no logger hooks. Okay, let's see if we do. Guess did I kill all the other logic? I guess because we're not feeding this anymore because it doesn't exist. We'll probably be feeding the OpenFeature client. Yeah. Okay. Let me copy all of this. And then I'm actually going to go back. I shouldn't have deleted all the stuff that I was dealing with in here. Yeah, it's all right. We'll get back to that after. Okay. Bum, bum. I think this is where we started. Yes, this is where we started. Okay, let's get rid of, because these things were basically getting rid of for right now. That will keep. Let's cancel that out. Yeah, I know. DEVCYCLE options, awesome. Open feature API, awesome. Okay, that's all good. Okay, we doubled up on that. User data, DEVCYCLE user. Sweet. Okay, I didn't actually need any of this. Who was I kidding? But anyways, we've got our OpenFeature client working. It's there. We've got our user data working. Let's just update this to be thank you. GitHub. Let's get rid of this DD. And then I think we'll need to head over to in our welcome. I don't think we're doing anything in here. We're not doing anything in here. So we're going to start at our toggle bot, which I think is where we do a lot of the stuff in here. So let me just DD user data first, just to make sure user data is passing through. Awesome, great, it's passing through in here, my user and all this information. Okay, and now let's make sure that OpenFeature client, is that what it is? Web OpenFeature client. Nice, okay, and now we're gonna try to do this. We won't actually delete it. We'll just like get rid of that for a second. No. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. This should return the features that are there. Ah, it's gonna return error. OpenFeature client all features. Okay. So that implementation doesn't work, but that's fine. Let's go back over to this example here. I guess they don't have an all features option. OpenFeature client. Let's go look at their API. Only direct value evaluation. Fun. Okay, client usage, flag evaluation, get Boolean value, Boolean flag. Let's look at our flags. All right, so we've got a togglebot wink. Let's go to the togglebot wink and see what it returns. Get Boolean value, get Boolean value, togglebot wink. Okay, I think Boolean value, Boolean, and then let's DD Boolean. So really, really like, oh, must be of type. Oh, duh. Yeah, it's definitely pulling some things there false. And I feel like it's not actually togglebot wink, togglebot wink. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, that's good. I mean, that's just returning the default value, so it doesn't mean anything. But if I change this to base variation, it should I think that updated. Go over to our app and see. Maybe it didn't update here. Base variation. Try updating the example app by toggling the variation, spin variation. Next. Okay. It's not changing right now. Base variation. Okay, let me see how this was implemented, because we actually have another example app. Yeah, I need to pass the context. I want to see what that looks like. So the great thing here is I'm not the only one working on these example apps. There's a whole team that are out there, including Jonathan, our CTO, just elected to the board of governance for OpenFeature, github.com. DEVCYCLE HQ Labs. I think I had this open, I swear. OpenFeature JavaScript. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Public source. .js set OpenFeature. I know it's not going to be the same, but it'll give me an idea. DEVCYCLE options, update UI, add handler, identify new users, set context. Bum, 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 bum. UI. OpenFeature client, DEVCYCLE slider. Nice. We actually already have an example here. I dig it. All right. Blobs. I'm going to grab that. So we're going to go look at this. I love that Jamie's already implemented this in the SDK. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to go DEVCYCLE HQ /PHP server SDK /blob/main. I know I could literally go and put it somewhere else. API /DEVCYCLE client test.php. All right, this is so much more than I thought it was going to be. Options, client, SDK key, DBC options, OpenFeature client, new evaluation context, user. I see. And the context. Yeah, I see. Get variable by key. Add a value to the invocation context. Test variable invalid key. Look at these tests. So looking through some code. Set provider. Context, new evaluation context, user. Let's go back over to our code because we need user. So this is what we needed. Yeah, user, new DEVCYCLE user, above that, set provider, make a client, and then new evaluation context user. Okay. And evaluation context. Okay. Now we're going to pass that through as well. So there's like this one extra step here, which is interesting. Line 206 shows all the evaluations. Line 206. Test OpenFeature. Self-context. Yeah, we're going to remove self because we're not testing here, but I like it. Okay, context. Yes. Talk about. Okay, so the only thing that I was actually missing here was the context, like Jamie was saying, but I can just add context here. I think. Oh, there we go. All right. I mean, I'm assuming that works. Spin variation. That should change it back to false. Okay, true, false. Good. We're getting there. This is good. So context. Let's look at the documentation. What is, do they define context? Evaluation context is right here. Contextual data, rule-based evaluations. Okay, I'm interested though because we're saying new DEVCYCLE user. I guess this isn't actually passing. So we don't need user data anywhere then. Looking in here. Yeah, because we, up here, where we define the context, new evaluation user. Oh, we did actually call it user up here. So it should be matching up. I believe. So that should actually be user data. It's weird that it's working though. If I defined user somewhere else, there. I don't need to pass user data anymore though. User data? I'm interested here. Data. This will break. So interestingly enough, it didn't break. But what if I change it back? Okay, I mean, for some weird reason, user worked. Oh, I need to pull that off there. Oh, and y'all can't see this. I'm sorry. I realized it wasn't zoomed in very high, very close. This is what I'm looking at right now. This is like my dump and die in this component. And like I'm changing the variation here, which is changing it from like true to false. And I was just looking and it did technically work as user, but it's not meant to. So like you are actually feeding in this user data, into the evaluation context. So if this is called user, yeah. So that's where we're feeding into here. Context is there. And then get Boolean value for the togglebot link for this user information. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. So now we're not able to get all of the features. So we want to get, I wonder how we'll get the variation name. We also, yeah, I want to go look there. So this is our example of this working. Get Boolean value, get integer value, get string value, get object value. I see. Okay. So we here, let's look at this. So I love that I'm like, I don't really need to pay much attention to this variation name ternary logic. I do, and I need to put it all in one line so I actually know what I'm doing. So we're not able to pull any of that information from here. Features, togglebot, variation name. So that doesn't work. What did Jonathan do in the other example that I was looking at? I think we have a couple of open features actually. Let me relaunch now. I want to go back. I want to get started. We just have one with open feature right now. Oh, I guess we have our Node.js with open feature. Let me look at this one. Node.js with open feature. I'll keep this one open. Duplicate. Node.js. DEVCYCLE Labs. Oh, DEVCYCLE HQ. Dash Labs. Okay, let's go look at our Node.js one. OpenFeature JavaScript, that was just finished. OpenFeature React TypeScript. Node.js. Oh, TypeScript. Why? Why? It's not that I dislike TypeScript per se. It's just I find it too restrictive. Better than React TypeScript. We're going to look at this anyways. At least I'll know what's going on. DEVCYCLE. Okay, initialized it. Awesome. What about server utils, log variation? Don't care about that. You got about hers part. I could bounce. Thank you. Thanks for being here, Jamie. Routes, greeting. All right. Get string value of greetings. Bum, 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 ba, ba. Variation name. So we may have just pulled that. Did we pull that completely from here? Mocks. Okay, a bunch of user information, greeting handler. I wonder if we did just pull that entire thing. I can't imagine we did. Dearest TypeScript. It in workflows, server, DEVCYCLE TS. I don't think it's here. Must be here. All variables. Return all variable values for debugging purpose. Header, body, all variables. I'm very interested in what this one looks like. So despite the, do I want to dig into Node.js right now? I don't, but I'm going to do it anyways because I am foolish or brilliant. One of these two things is true. So let's go back over to here and let's open a new terminal. And let's cd out of here. And we're going to run this. Oh, yes. Why not? Unsupported. What am I running? Node nvm LTS. Use LTS. LTS is not yet installed. nvm-v. Node nvm use 18. Success. Okay, it's doing its job. Oh, that's cute. Start, so it should be running here too. I feel like this is the same thing. It must be 127.0.0.1 will run. Yeah. Okay, so this is, if you got here through the onboarding flow, just follow the instructions to change and create new variations and see how the app reacts to new variable values. Togglebot speed. Okay, this is less visual, definitely. I wonder if it's working, that's the question. Okay, value slow, step 2. So now it should go to off, step 1, true. Okay, so this is working, but this is not visual. So we need to reimagine something. We've got about a half hour left that we're going to do on the stream. I'm going to close this down. That's good to know. I guess, is it just meant to be showing it in there? If I change this, will it show serving spin variation? Will I see that in terminal? Doesn't look like it. But wait, what's happening in the other? Okay, let's close this one now. So let's control C out of there. Let's CD out of here. CD ... Oh, dang. CD ls. CD DEVCYCLE in. All right, let's try this again. But we'll do close the thing, and I don't know if I wanted to. Relaunch. Okay. All examples. Let's do this one. Why not? We're here. Paste. See if this works. This isn't in TypeScript, so I should be happier. Okay, this one's working. Okay, serving validation base variation. Love that. So this is good so far. Yes. Okay. If I change this in here, start demo. Spin variation, does this update in real time? Yeah, so that updates in real time. Okay, so good. So this is the one I need to look at. Source. Update UI should wink. Oh, I see. So that's fine. So we're still actually pulling this stuff from the DEVCYCLE provider. Okay, that tracks. That actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah. DEVCYCLE provider. Where did we define DEVCYCLE provider in here? How did we define DEVCYCLE provider? New DEVCYCLE provider. We do the same thing in our code here for, okay, I'll keep that open. I'm not really going to do much with it. This is, I think we're actually going to keep that. DEVCYCLE provider. So let's just change the language there. Provider. DEVCYCLE provider, OpenFeature provider. It's not super clean. Let's just call it DEVCYCLE client. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. Okay, so then I guess I will pass over DEVCYCLE client. DEVCYCLE client. Pass both of those over. Yeah, I'll just call it. I don't need to call it. So let's just update this. Did. Get rid of that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I can actually have both, which I thought you could do this, but I wasn't 100% sure. So now let's actually grab this from the OpenFeature. And we're kind of doing this the opposite way. So variation name, okay, this is going to stay the same. Let's move this down here for a second. Okay, OpenFeature client. Actually, I want to change as little as I need to in my code. So let's actually just change this back. And let's go OpenFeature. feature client. Let's just do that, because then I won't have to change all of my code. Yes, and then open feature client. And then I guess I need to pass user data as well. Yeah, I'm literally doubling up. Let's call this DEVCYCLE data, user data, open feature context, DEVCYCLE, user data. I know it's long, but it's helpful for like understanding what is happening later. DEVCYCLE, user data, comma, feature client, open feature context, DEVCYCLE user data, DEVCYCLE user data. So we're going to pass that into there. Okay. Open feature client, DEVCYCLE client. Okay, so this should all be working. This is just like defining all the open feature stuff. Options. Okay, so it's a little bit different there. And then we're going to use DEVCYCLE client, and then DEVCYCLE user data. Variation name, that's going to stay the same. Open feature client. And we're just going to leave this open feature client. Okay, let's see if this works. Technically, this should work. Undefined open feature context. Open feature context. Let's go back to here. Open feature context. Open feature context. Undefined user data. Is that in here? Yes. DEVCYCLE user data. I guess I can just call that user data and define that in the context. No, because they're two different things. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's all good. Okay, so let me cancel out description here for a second in the welcome blade. I'm just gonna like comment this out just so that we're able to pull up the one. This should, okay, let's zoom out here. So here we are actually using open feature. Now I change this to base variation and then refresh this page. I'm gonna ignore that one. Okay, so now we're pulling from both sources, which is cool. And literally the only reason we're still having to use DEVCYCLE is just because of the, the other example. Anyways, that's fine. We got a little bit of time. We're actually going to update all the existing sample apps too, just so they work, because actually they're going to technically be broken. Maybe we're not going to do it today. I guess, yeah, because the PR hasn't been merged, so this might be a future Andrew problem. We're not going to do it today. I am going to save the stuff that I'm doing today, though, because I'm going to need to use this for open feature and eventually push it once it's live. Okay, so now let's get description working. DEVCYCLE client, so that's all the same. DEVCYCLE user data, DEVCYCLE user data. Okay, that's all fine. But technically, we can change this one to open feature client. Yes, and we can change this to example default, and then the context is the last one. So feature context. That should also work. Might throw an error. Variable value. What did we have to do in Togglebot? Variable value. Get Boolean value. That's a string value, I think, though. Get string value. Description. Get string value. Hey, what's up? That's wild. Nice. Where was that showing up, actually? Welcome to DEVCYCLE example app. Oh, that's right. I was actually defining it in... That changes over here in spin variation. Actually, don't know why I didn't notice that changing before. So this is not actually that hard to get this set up. We're gonna commit this so that we actually have our OpenFeature stuff set up and ready to go. And as Jamie said, I have to watch this video back because there's some changes that we're gonna need to make, as he said. It's gonna break all of our, we use DEVCYCLE options. Yeah. So OpenFeature client. Actually, technically, this one I can release and it would be ready, but it's not really ready for prime time yet. So can I ignore this? Slash, do I need to have the... Yeah, you do. You literally need it there. I wonder, maybe, does it automatically see that? Yeah. I just wish that it didn't get the error. I know it's IntelliFence, but quick fix? Fix using Copilot? No, we're not doing that. No. So this is actually pretty straightforward. So we're establishing a couple of things earlier. So that's fine. DEVCYCLE options, true. So like technically right now, this is using DEVCYCLE for everything. Or DEVCYCLE for one thing, and then, oh, I guess I should switch these ones up too. OpenFeature client. What is speed? Speed's a string. Wake's a Boolean. Oh, wait, what? Oh, this isn't actually. Yeah. Boolean value, switch these up. And autocomplete should work, yeah. And autocomplete should work, yeah. And then I should clean that up. Okay, so technically we pull that because we have to, because there's no option from OpenFeature, but then these ones are OpenFeature. And then description, this is pulling in from OpenFeature, and then the head and body is based on that. Welcome, web. This is freaking sweet. Hold on, refresh this, it should be working fine. I mean, not for nothing, but like, not that many changes. All right, what time are we sitting at right now? We're sitting at 2:43. I want to do a couple more minutes. Maybe we'll try and do this thing with Leaf, because now that we've gone through the process, it's actually pretty straightforward. Shout out to Jamie for being here and helping make this happen today. It would not have happened. And I think he must have been doing a lot of the changes, so this is like pretty huge. Also, if everybody else has been watching, like, thank you all for being here. Yeah, I don't care about that anymore. Actually, I'm going to close down this Node app because I don't need it anymore. Thank you, Jonathan, for doing that example app as well. Hey, Parsi, how are you? Awesome. What can I answer for you? I'm gonna pull up my YouTube over here. I'm doing okay, Farsi. Thanks for asking. What can I answer for you? I'd love to answer any way that I can. Just heading over to YouTube so I can actually see a lot of this stuff as well. You're actually coming in just to the end of the stream though, which I'm only going for a couple more minutes. We've been on for a couple hours, so yeah, welcome. Super excited to have you here. Videos live DevCycle. But yeah, I'm super happy to answer any questions that you might have. There we go. All right. Amazing. Well, happy to fix anything that you see in the channel. Yeah, would love to do it. I think we're okay, but always happy for advice. Yeah, and anyways, we're just kind of in the middle of so feel free to throw your advice in chat. Always happy to have it. But I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna commit this to a new branch on GitHub. And then we're gonna kind of keep moving forward. So this is good. I've established all this stuff. This is all good to go. I don't need any other changes here. DEVCYCLE user data. I'm passing all of this over. Yes, yes, yes. I think. I'm not actually defining anything in my controllers. Yeah, I think we're good here. So I'm gonna commit this one to GitHub, into GitHub Labs. Let's create a new repository, add existing repository. No, let's create a new repository. Yeah, we're gonna create a new repository. Actually, yeah, let's just create it in here and then I'll go from there. Create a new repository. Let's call this one, what did I call this app in GitHub? So github.com/DEVCYCLE HQ Labs. I called this one example OpenFeature JavaScript, example OpenFeature. Okay, we're gonna call this one example OpenFeature PHP Laravel. Example app. We can say this OpenFeature Web SDK. An example app, just so you know what I'm doing. It's just on here. Yeah, we're okay for right now, Farsi, but definitely stick around. You can find us on Discord too. I think I have our Discord here. If you wanna reach out, always happy to chat. Here's our Discord channel if you want to reach out to me over there. Built with the OpenFeature PHP SDK. Laravel framework, that's good. Git ignore. Feature PHP Laravel, okay, yes. Awesome. And let's pull the files. Let's go back to wherever we built this before here. Close this down. Did I close it? Yes, there we go. Okay, and close the terminal. We're actually gonna go, where is this located? File. I guess this is just here. So let's go desktop. Downloads, no. Documents, no. Yes, there we go. We want the DEVCYCLE PHP example here. And I'm gonna copy all of this stuff over to Control-C, Documents, and let's go GitHub and our new repo that we just created, example OpenFeature PHP Laravel. Let's paste this in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna close this folder. File, close folder. And then let's open our other folder from GitHub desktop. Repository, branch, view, repository, open VS Code. Go. Okay, so here we go. We got our Vite, we got all this stuff, we got our M file, yes, vendor folder, yes, 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 resources. Oh, did we not copy over any of the actual files? That would be odd. Really? Just the structure? No, that seems strange. It must just have taken a couple minutes. What's going on? Something's happening in my... Oh, Git attributes already exist in the location. Replace. Here we go. Just gonna take a minute here. Okay, so that copied everything over. Git attributes, yeah, it's fine. Git ignore, good. Okay, let's just make sure this runs first, and before we commit it. New terminal, PHP artisan serve, 127. Okay, and we're seeing this here. Just in case you were wondering, so we're seeing this. And if we go to our demo and change to the base variation, and then head back over here and refresh. Awesome, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Amazing. So this is looking good. Let's make sure we're not committing anything we don't want to do. We might call it here. I might try leave and see how far we get, but might call it today. Okay, editor, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. App stuff, awesome, that's all good, that's fine. Artisan, yes. Bootstrap stuff, yes. Composer lock. Yeah, this should have dev main, perfect. This will be updated later. Config stuff, database stuff, PHP package.json stuff, unicorn files. Okay, this is all right. So let's publish this. And I think we want to publish this to, we're going to publish directly to DEVCYCLE Labs. Publish. Unable to authenticate. Let me pull this off. Enter my username and password again. I'm going to pull this off screen and just do this login. I'm going to pull open my 1Password, and hopefully that doesn't open over here too. GitHub, Andrew. I guess I want to go into my personal one. GitHub, Andrew, David McLean. Awesome. Awesome. Copy. Yes. Save and retry. Authentication failed. You may need to log in and log back in. Preferences, settings, sign out, sign in. Continue with browser. Awesome. Continue. Open with GitHub app. Okay, should be able to do it now. Okay, awesome. Should head back here to DEVCYCLE Labs. Sweet. So let's do the, let's make sure I didn't commit anything I didn't want to here. I need to commit the things that I changed. Implement OpenFeature SDK. So we're not, I don't think we'll actually add the OpenFeature today, just because I think it will take a little while, and some of these changes are still pending. But I will run the Leaf just because I think Leaf is a really good one, and anytime that I can hype up Leaf, I really want to, because I just want to show that on stream. Okay, so I think. Let's go. Nice. Uh-oh. Okay, so there's one file that is missing here. That is in the You compare to repositories. Compare to repositories, GitHub. I thought there was a way to do this within the meld. Yeah, I do like meld. Maybe we'll install meld. Windows. Meld does not support on OS X. Yeah, I don't know if we want to do that. I don't care that much. Okay. It's a visual diffing tool. It is really nice, though. I'm worried that some other files have gotten lost. Because the README looks the same. Yeah, there should be a .env.sample file in here. Weirdly enough, there should be, yeah, this is very strange. It's weird that we don't provide that sample file again when we create these. I mean, I'll just do it now manually, I guess. Let's go and look in the, I guess just in the other Laravel one. Yeah, because what's duplicate example OpenFeature? Yeah, we're not going to get to the Leaf one today, which is fine. Okay, app bootstrap config database public, resources routes, storage tests, editor config, get attributes, get ignore license, readme, artisan, composer, package, PHP Vite. Yeah, the one that's missing is this env sample. This is so super weird. Let's just add this. I mean, this isn't fundamentally necessary, but let's, where is that folder? New file, .env.sample. Okay, and then we'll just update this here. Commit to main. Yep. Okay, so now I think that these should be like very similar except for those base code changes. Yeah, there we go. So now we got that env.sample. So technically we're there. Like we have got it. We've created an open feature for PHP. Do I want to do this with the regular PHP as well? 257. Let's do it. Let's just do it and then we'll call it a day. I think there's a value proposition there. But for this one, I'm just going to clone that PHP one. Add clone repository, URL, clone repository from github.com. Let's go PHP. Have I cloned that one yet? I guess I haven't. Let's just fork this one, because then I can do stuff on my own. PHP. Unless it already shows up as a fork, example PHP. I might already say I have a fork here. You own a fork copy. Create a new fork? Can I create a new fork? I bet you, I don't think I can. Yeah, fork already exists. Bummer. Okay, great. That's fine. We're just going to clone it. We're not going to fork it. We're just going to clone it. DEVCYCLE Labs clone. So we're just cloning this, and then I'll create a new repo. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that I'm having to do it this way. Repository, OpenFeature Studio Code. Yeah, I'm not a fan that I have to do it this way. And then we're actually going to change this one to think I can just do this. Yeah. Whoa. There we go. Okay, that's the same. And then we're going to update in. We're going to update in index. Yeah, we got to rename a couple of things here. Oh, I love that that has found these things. Okay, so let's install first. Yeah, we got to install. And then I got to go to duplicate this, copy, paste, rename, .env. Okay, and then let's go back over to my M file here. Let's copy this server SDK line. Copy it. Great. So that'll copy that over. Okay, so that's good. So that should be working. Now I just need to run composer install, new terminal, composer install. Oh, lock file, latest change. Oh, delete that lock file. Delete. Press again. Great. And then in my README, I think it tells me that I need to run cd. Okay, and this is definitely going to throw an error. Uncaught error. Yeah. Is this DEVCYCLE PHP example still running? I don't need to run that anymore. Let's close that. There we go. Let's close this too. Try this again. Oh. Just run PHP, start the local host. Great, 8080. Awesome. Still going to throw that error because we've changed some things in here. And we're going to copy a lot of these things over from here. Okay, so let's start in here. We were in our routes where we were defining the DEVCYCLE stuff in our web routes. So here, let's copy all of this stuff. I guess I'm not using Guzzle anymore. I'll just grab all of it. Okay, and then DEVCYCLE options, .m, that's going to stay the same. Options, DEVCYCLE client. Okay, and then this is going to be different. How are we doing this? New get and okay, this is going to be a little bit different here. So DEVCYCLE load, that's fine. And then we're going to do options. Great, options, awesome. DEVCYCLE client, but we're going to have to use this setup here instead of that. Okay, that's good. And then this is dead. Done, I guess. And then this is done. And we do still need that. But we also need all of this stuff. Okay, OpenFeature context as well. Yes. Okay, and then get DEVCYCLE client, and then function. Yeah, because I guess in this example, we do define the user data. I guess in this example, we didn't define the user data in here. Hold on. Yeah, we never defined the user data in here. So like get rid of that. That will be used elsewhere because we don't need it in here. Just cancel that out for now. And then because of that, I don't actually need this here either. And then get DEVCYCLE client is defined twice. DEVCYCLE client, okay, that should be fine. Oh, and then DEVCYCLE client, and then actually need get OpenFeature client. Get OpenFeature client. OpenFeature client. Okay, that's fine. Good. Close that. Close that. DEVCYCLE client. That's OpenFeature client. Good. This we are going to need, but not quite yet. In the index file, DEVCYCLE, great, we made the connection there, and then index, why is that throwing error? Same thing. And then index, this is where DEVCYCLE user, okay, DEVCYCLE client, DEVCYCLE client, okay, that's going to be the same. Yes, user data is going to be coming from here. And then I actually need to pull the evaluation context stuff from here and move it over to here. Okay, that should work as well. And then yeah, and then we're passing that information into here. So that should be good now. So I think all this is fine. Now we actually need to go into Togglebot, and we'll go into our Togglebot over here in our views, resources, views, Togglebot, and then we're going to do the same thing here. DEVCYCLE client, features, DEVCYCLE client, that's the same speed, OpenFeature client. Now, OpenFeature client is going to come the same way as we did here. OpenFeature get OpenFeature client. Awesome. And call this one OpenFeature client. Wonderful. Speed wink. This is going to change over to here. OpenFeature context we don't have in here, but it is being fed from the other one, so that should be fine. Definitely, I guess we could define OpenFeature context here. I guess we're defining it here, so we don't need to define it elsewhere again. Yeah, why don't we just do it here? DEVCYCLE client, DEVCYCLE user data. Let's do OpenFeature. Let's pull this over to here. I think this should work. OpenFeature client. So that should work. And then here, that should be fine. And then over in the description, I think it should work the same. We should just be able to grab from here, update this, OpenFeature client. And I think Bob's your uncle. Undefined variable user data. Where am I defining user data? OpenFeature context, user, here we go. So that was the one thing we needed to change there in Togglebot. Yeah, so it's just this DEVCYCLE user data. See if that did it for us. Hey, nice. Okay, let's change some things in our demo and see if that fixed it, and then we might call it a day for today. Let's change this to spin variation. Check out our example app here. Sick. Okay, so that seems to be working now. And because of that, I need to rename my repo. Get a desktop. Example PHP. Yes, that's good. Composer lock. Yeah, that's good. Yes, I updated that. That's fine. Didn't need that. I guess I can probably remove some other stuff in here too. Do I? Okay, I'm calling that there, calling that there. DEVCYCLE, okay, I don't need configuration anymore. I don't need user or guzzle anymore. So let's clean those up. Main is a protected branch. I want to switch branches. I want this to be in my repository settings. Ignored files, cake PHP. That's weird. Okay, example PHP. I need to set this up as a new repo. I guess I would just kill the Git history on this, I think. Let's go into our... I think I just need to kill this Git. Not that one, though. Desktop. GitHub. Oh, I got a lot of stuff in here. Best stack. Example PHP. I think it's this one. Vendor composer.json. Yeah, it's this one. I think if I just kill this Git, move to trash. And then GitHub's gonna not find it. Create new repository. Local path. Not one signal. GitHub. Example PHP. Open. And I want to call this one DEVCYCLE Labs. OpenFeature. PHP SDK. I want to call this example. Example. OpenFeature PHP. Create repository. Publish repository. Oh, shoot. Bet you this just created a new one. Did it? Maybe not. Maybe this will work. Goodness, I hope so. We have many windows open right now, probably too many windows. Where are you, Finder? Recent desktop, documents, DEVCYCLE Andrew, there's GitHub. Documents, GitHub, give me a list. Oh, I just created it inside of that folder. What a silly person I am. Holy cannoli. Let's switch that up. And then, yeah, locate again, locate, and DEVCYCLE PHP. Awesome. Okay, now let's move. I think I need to shut down here. Okay, this I can close now. I've done all my stuff with that. This, I want to close that for a second. Finder, let's grab all the stuff that's in here and put it into here. Example PHP is now empty. Move to trash. Awesome. Okay, and then we should see env sample. Yes. Get ignore. Yes. Composer. Yes. 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 Okay. Let's change one other thing in here. Yeah, I'll change the root after. Initial add open feature functionality. Commit this to main, push origin. And then I gotta fork this bad boy. I also gotta figure out unconnect the one that I was dealing with before. Okay, github.com. Ooh, this went a little bit longer than I was hoping for it to, but that's okay. You're all here with me still. I appreciate it. DEVCYCLE, HQ Labs. Should have established this now. Spectacular. Why? Oh, it's because I have it set to this public. Archive. No. Organization members can't change repo visibility. That's not ideal. That's a thing that we're going to figure out in the future, but it does exist here. So we're good to go. This repo exists. I will get this public for folks soon, but that means our example OpenFeature, our PHP example app is going to be OpenFeature ready very soon. And then our Laravel one is already ready. So we'll have to add some extra things around. We still got to make sure that PR gets merged first, but lots of things to come in the next little while. All right, so I'm gonna close all of these things down. Close that, close that, close that, close this. We're gonna close this because we've already got it dealt with. We're gonna close this. And I want to pull up one more time the OpenFeature site. So if you are interested in learning more about OpenFeature and you want to try a tutorial that doesn't require DEVCYCLE, you can head over to the tutorial section on the OpenFeature website. There's a Laravel one right here, also one in Express and Spring Boot and Go. So check it out. Definitely worthwhile, but we're excited. More of our SDKs are coming out in PHP frameworks and OpenFeature. So definitely be sure to keep an eye out for things coming out in PHP and JavaScript and all the other languages in the very near future. And so with that, we're a little over 2 and a bit hours in, but I think for today, I'm going to call it. So thank you so much for watching. It has been a treat to have you all here with me for the past couple of hours. Stay tuned for our next stream. I think I'm live with our new host for DEVCYCLE, for DevTools and DevCools. You're going to get to meet the new host very soon, or co-host very soon. So stay tuned for that. All right. So with all that said, definitely check out OpenFeature. Also check out DEVCYCLE. We are awesome. Lots of cool stuff here. I think that you will not be disappointed. So head on over, check out DEVCYCLE, and obviously check out OpenFeature as well. So with all of that, I will say thank you all so much for being here. If you are interested in getting connected after the stream, you can find us on Discord, bit.ly/DEVCYCLE Discord, I should say. And you can chat with me over there if you try out any of these things and you have any trouble or you just want to say hey. So with that, welcome to Come and Say Hello said. I am going to say see you next time to everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out here on Does It Toggle. I've been Andrew. You've been awesome. And we will see you around the DEVCYCLE community. Bye-bye, everybody.